Hi guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. So yeah, first stream back for a little while because of, illness and so on. So I thought we'd just do some PSO today just to make it a nice easy stream. Also, thank you to Vector for the resub, much appreciated. And I will do that hydrate redeem while I think on as well. So yeah, today I think it is experience week on PSO. So the idea was, depending on who we get, we can level up some low levels, we can do some ultimate as well, depending on who we get. So I am on the terrible 4-mile because she has no decent gear. Well, yeah, we are getting rare mobs. I mean, I literally did the episode 2 RBR quest, and the first Lily spawn was a Nar Lily. So yeah, make of that what you will. I've done a bit of work earlier. I got my raycast to about 33, 34. So I should be able to get them into very hard this week. So yeah, we'll just give it a couple minutes just to let people get in, and then we'll decide what we're doing. The RBR for this week, for anyone who doesn't know, is Silent After Image 1, which is a really weird quest that's like Forest 1 and Ruins 1. Sweep Up 5, which is Temple, and War of Limits 4, which is Desert. War of Limits 4 is actually really good for hunting things in Desert, unless you're hunting zoos. Has a good balance of more or less everything, really. 2 mil to go to 200. Oh, nice one. I mean, it's experience week, you never know. Have you got any plans for hitting 200 off anything specific, or are you just doing it off whatever you hit 200 off? Sweep Up 5 is in VR Temple. It's okay. It's one of the weaker quests this week. No plans. I suppose, yeah, I think once you've done it once and got level 200 once, you kind of don't really care for the other characters. I think it's the same with me. I think for my other characters, once I hit 200, they hit 200. You vote for weirdness. Darkfalls is hiding. Yeah, so just to bring people up to date just while we're getting started. So Phantasy Star Zero Eternal Tower stream. The latest update is that we are hoping that the servers will be back online for the 9th, which is tomorrow. So if that is the case, then next Sunday's stream will be Phantasy Star Zero. But it will depend on what happens with the servers. Also, just to let you guys know, the next episode of the podcast with Kathy will be going live on Kathy's channel on Tuesday. So feel free to check that out as well. So let's see, so we've got mainly high levels. Oh, someone else. Okay, so we do have 3 people that can do very hard, potentially. So at the minute, we could split it quite easily and do a 3-player very hard lobby and then an ultimate team as well. I mean, I think at some point in the stream, we need to do an SGS run as well. It kind of feels like we need to. I mean, I would be happy doing a very hard run if the other 2 lower levels want to do that. Then we'll mix things up. So we'll do a little bit of very hard, and then we'll do some ultimate a bit later. Yeah, I don't know how long the stream will be today. I'm hoping to go the full 3 hours, but it will depend on if my voice holds out. Basically, I had tonsillitis for the last few days and could barely speak, so I've only just got my voice back in the last 2 days or so. So we'll see how it holds out. Just want to thank you for your guides. Oh, thanks for that, Fate. I'm glad they're helpful to someone. Yeah, I should probably plug it as well, but if you do want to join the Discord as well, there is a Discord link in the description as well. There's plenty of us that play PSO and the other Phantasy Star games over there as well. Hey, Atrox. Yeah, early today. Yeah, we just started. Guys, need one more. How many have we got? So we're at like 6 at the minute. Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring another, that's fine. I mean, we've got some people who are high level, we've got some people who are doing very hard, so just bring whatever you want, really. Again, if you do want to join us, we're on the European ship on Ephinea, which is Limerus, and it's Block 2, Lobby 21. Watching the Xbox showcase, so absent till after, watching both you and the stream. Cheers, El. Yeah, I know it's like the worst timing for the stream, isn't it? Because I know the Xbox showcase is on at the minute. I'm probably going to watch it after I finish the stream. Level 70 very hard is fine. Yeah, that's cool. There we go. So we've got a good split now. So the people who want to do very hard, do you want to do... we could do one of the RBR quests for the RBR experience, or we can do TTF, whichever you want to do. Don't know if there's any preference. RBR. I mean, War of Limits 4 is on RBR. War of Limits 4 is quite a lot of experience. So if you want to do that in very hard, I'm down to try that. And then that leaves 4 people to do ultimate as well, so it works out quite nicely, actually, for a change. Does anyone actually want any drops from very hard? War Limit sounds fine. Yeah, we can do that then. There are Gerta Blue in War Limits 4. There are 3 of them, but they're right at the end of the quest. Building your mag, it can't join. No worries. I know mag building takes a while. We do play PSO quite a lot though, Fate, so you know, even if you can't join for this stream, you know, we will be playing it a lot in future as well, so no worries. Remerus on Skylight does drop. Yeah, does he? It drops Heart of a Sigh of a God, isn't it? Yeah, I like randomly got that like months and months ago. I wasn't even looking for it. So what IDs are our low levels? We've got Pinkle, we got White Ill, and we have Red Rhea. Yeah, the Discord's really good at the minute. There's a lot of people over there now. I'm actually really surprised how big the Discord's getting. Well, we don't have a Skylife for very hard, so I guess it doesn't really matter what we do. Maybe it's very hard. I guess I can make if you want. We will do some bulk later in the stream as well, so... So password will be stream. I think I set it to an M4 again. Hopefully that's M4. So yeah, I think the plan is hopefully doing Phantasy Star Zero next Sunday. And this Wednesday will be Phantasy Star 3 because amazingly people mostly voted to keep playing it. so we will be trying to finish Phantasy Star 3. Not in one stream, but we are going to continue it. I really need some better gear for this Force. I'm basically lacking all the good Force gear, so I have no Psycho Wand, I have no V801. It is miserable playing her at the minute. Like, trying to solo with this character is nigh on impossible at the minute. Pinkle will help. Maybe it will. Yeah, I do need to get her a V801 at some point. The Psycho one might be a bit of a problem. I think I used all my luck getting the first one. So I don't think there was anyone else for very hard, so I guess we can just get started. Would you believe it? We've actually got a party that has a hunter, a ranger, and a force. It does happen. One thing I do miss when I play my 4 New World though is this shift and D-band range. I really like the extended range on 4 Mal. Stuff actually still hurts him very hard, which is really surprising. But honestly, I think very hard Ep4 is... I think it's about as hard as early Ultimate Ep1. I also need to set this character up so she has the same palette at the bottom of the screen as my 4 New World because I keep doing the wrong text. Which way should we go? So this quest is basically infamous for having these walls. It's actually hard to go the wrong way because it tends to block off all the wrong ways anyway. This quest is also very good for doing if you are hunting something like Heaven Striker. There's quite a lot of Pyrogorons in it. Oh, we can get Tyrell's Parasol actually. That's actually a really good drop. I mean, this should be good experience for my Force as well, even though she's in Ultimate already. Yeah, Tyrell's is really good. You know, charge special and it boosts loads of support tech range as well. Super useful weapon. Yeah, the experience here is roughly equivalent to about the start of F1. I mean, we are getting the boost, obviously, from RBR at the minute, and the experience boost, but it's really not that bad. It's not a difficult quest either as well. The only sort of awkward part of the quest is right at the end, when the last spawns is a bit difficult. Yeah, apologies for having to cancel the stream earlier in the week. There was no way I could have done it, unfortunately. But I'm hoping we can get back to normal again now. Just as a reminder, in case anyone didn't see the community post, there will be no video this week for members, and then the following week there'll be no video for non-members, because obviously non-members have like a 1 week delay on the videos, so I did try to record something this week, and my voice would not last recording the video, so. So yeah, basically the week after next, it should more or less be back to normal. So I think every door is blocked apart from this last one up here. Yeah, honestly, this is a really good quest for experience week though. Just because it's got really good enemy density and Ep4 is really good for experience anywhere. I was doing this in Ultimate earlier and I was getting over 1,000 experience from every enemy. Yeah, this character's gear is absolutely scuffed. She has some alright gear, but still needs a lot of work. Can you not? Yeah, I also do want to bring in another game as well. So at the end of the month, again, I mentioned this on the community post, but at the end of the month, the Front Mission 3 remake releases. Obviously, I did a bit of Front Mission 3 on the channel before. So I do want to try and bring that on the channel a bit as well. We just need to decide when to do it. Thankfully, the trailer that they showed for the Front Mission 3 remake recently does look a bit better than it did previously. First time they showed it, it looked very, very rough. But it looks like they have done a bit of work on it. Yeah, I think we have to backtrack a little bit now. I'm interested to see what they announced at the Xbox Showcase, so I'll definitely be watching that after the stream. I did watch the Summer Games Fest, and I thought it was okay. It was nothing that massively excited me. It honestly felt like about half the Summer Games Fest was just sequels of Souls-likes, you know? There was like Mortal Shell 2, an expansion to Lies of P. There was Code Vein 2 as well. Future Game Show had some fun stuff. I didn't manage to get to see that, so I'm gonna have to watch that as well. Xbox was already better at it, I only saw a bit. Oh, you went for the Digimon game? Yeah, I know a few people who are very, very excited about that Digimon game. I mean, I know a lot of people will be excited about Resident Evil 9, but for me, again, I'm not a big horror game fan at all, so it doesn't really interest me, but cool for people who have been waiting for the next one. Yeah, I don't know what it was about Summer Games Fest. It just felt a bit flat to me. kind of feel like it's tried to capture the same feeling that E3 had, because E3 was pretty fun. I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff announced at E3 as well when it used to be on, but I used to kind of look forward to E3. I kind of feel that Summer Games Fest has tried to take on that now that E3's, you know, not going to be running anymore. I don't know, it just feels a bit stale to me. I think this year didn't help by the fact that the announcements, for me, weren't that interesting. The E3 presentations were always better, even just for the memes. I mean, that was honestly the main reason I watched them. I always used to love watching the Ubisoft one, because you knew that the CEO of Ubisoft would come on and try to like big up all the Ubisoft games, and then they'd just show you the same stuff every year. Again, I know Ubisoft have done some decent games, but yeah. Hey, Pika. Or as someone on the Discord said before, anytime that Peter Molyneux was on stage as well, because he knew that anything he would say would be lies. Yeah, I can't think of any recent Ubisoft games that have really appealed to me. I actually can't remember what the last Ubisoft game I played was. Oh, Miss of Adamant. Big, very hard drops. Oh yeah, the South Park games, yeah. I mean, I didn't play those, but yeah, I forgot they were Ubisoft. Yeah, I used to watch South Park a little bit when it first aired, but I don't know, I just stopped watching it after a while. Yeah, I mean, E3 did spawn some really good memes. The whole one about like the PS3's price and everything, I remember that. E3 will always have some memories as well, because obviously it was when PSO2 got announced for the West as well, so... Yeah, $599 US. Yeah, don't you guys have phones? I forgot that. Yeah, it was good times. I think, to be honest, I think even before the pandemic, I think E3 was struggling. I think the pandemic just more or less finished it off. I think when all the hardware devs, you know, decided to start doing their own like online shows, I think that kind of heralded the end of it. So this is your Get a Blue warning. We will be getting them soon. appreciate the Fowler. You wasted PB, but you used the right one, so that's what matters. Do I really not have another Mercurius rod? I'll have to make a one. See, they're not too bad and very hard. Ultimate, they're a nightmare. Yeah, there is a lot of very angry bees, so be careful of those. Yeah, this spawn is a little bit rough to solo. Oof. You can kind of cheese it if you can get in the right position. So if you can stand like here with a range class, the Gerta, if it tries pulling you towards it, won't. You just get pulled against this, like that. With the Force, you can just keep nuking. So you can cheese it. There we go. It's actually a really good experience. I leveled once and almost leveled again. And very hard. Yeah, no parasols, unfortunately. I think we've only got about a 15% boost to rares at the minute, so that'll be a little bit higher because there's 3 of us. But, yeah. Yeah, it's 125, so... Yeah, hopefully the service for Zero will be back online some point this week, and then we can do that on Sunday. Yeah, I've got no idea how long the Xbox conference is, but I'll probably watch it once I've done this. I don't even have an Xbox, but the only reason I'm going to watch it is because obviously if there's Xbox releases, they tend to be on PC as well. Yeah, that is a really good quest for Experience Week. You got 2 levels. Oh, nice one. And a Mace of Adamant. I mean, Mace of Adamant, like, legitimately is a decent weapon for Fornuel. You know, the boost to batter is really nice. It's just the fact that when you get to Ultimate, you don't tend to use simple text very often. Don't know if you should pick your Hunuel. It's up to you. I mean, you know, we've got space for one more if you want to do some like very hard. I can't remember what level your Hunuel is now. Yeah, Summit Moon is really good for simple attacks. It doesn't boost by as much as Adamant, but obviously Adamant only boosts Barter, whereas Summit Moon is for Uzonde and Barter. You did a brief run over of the Xbox Showcase, nothing for you so far. Oh, she's not very hard yet, okay. You're too stuck in your ways to try new series. I kind of get that. I mean, especially with how much games cost now, it's quite a big investment, honestly, to to buy a new game of a franchise that you've never played before. Unless it's like an indie game, because indie games do tend to be a little bit cheaper. Trying to think if Silent gets anything good on white. Yeah, so Silent Afterimage is it's a really weird quest. It's Forest 1 and Ruins 1. I cannot remember the very hard drop charts at all. I basically don't care about very hard for the most part for drops. And then there's a few good drops in very hard here and there. Oh, you're doing TTF. Good luck. What are you on? You're on Dark Falls. Links 3 confirmed. Closest you come to keep looking at is Space Marine 2. From what I understand, Space Marine 2 is a really good game. I played the first one a little bit and I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything special, but the second one, from what I understand, is quite a lot better. I don't know if we have a fourth. I know Pika mentioned that Hinu World, but I think they're in hard.
One more!
One more. That's going to be a thing now, isn't it? Every time I say that, someone's just going to trigger that alert. I mean, I'm happy to do a Silent Afterimage run if you want to. The enemy count in it seemed okay. It wasn't anything special, but it was an interesting enough quest. It does have this really weird mechanic where it seems like certain enemies trigger certain things, so I don't know if it's like extra box rooms or something that you get for defeating enemies in a certain order. When I ran it solo, I got them all wrong. And it didn't really affect the quest too much from what I could see, but maybe you get some bonus spawns. But down for anything. Yeah, I can load a Silent Afterimage run then if you want. Hopefully we'll see that red ring banner for the TTF team. The weirdness quest. I mean, there's probably weirder, but it is a bit strange. Room C's password forest. I should have done that. It will never cease to amuse me that Ragol is like very clearly based just on Earth. Like you can literally see the UK. Well, and Spain, France and everything as well. Just there. Might be really hard to see my cursor actually, but yeah. It is very obviously based on Earth. Yeah, it's just basically Europe. Kind of Africa, but a bit changed. America has not done so well. It's even more obvious if you play up 3. Yeah, I need to look into that more. Spain and Portugal, there you go. I saw a post on PSO World that tried to pinpoint where the Central Dome explosion was based on Earth, but apparently it was in Brazil. I mean, this side of the map's not looking too good. I mean, I can't even see, is Japan still there? Dark Falls was banished to Brazil. Yeah, I can't really see the other side. You can see what is maybe meant to be. I guess that would be kind of where India is. But so Forest is just Brazil. I knew it. Maybe. Hello. I'm guessing Aid is here for the experience. Yeah, thought so. Brazil is jungle in Ep 2, okay. You live in Brazil too, so I guess I'm one of the few survivors of the explosion. Apparently. Congratulations on that. Phil Spencer is on Ozempic confirmed. Survived the Pioneer 1 explosion, ask me anything. I think the first question would be how. I know nothing about it, Drafia, so yeah, this is it's a very, very weird quest, this. Hey, power material. You built different. Kind of feeling I probably don't need to debuff in very hard forest. Hey, Captain Matt Sky. Not on this character, no. I need to sort her map plan out. Galda, Brazil. Why do you happen to have piles of materials again? How would you get this many materials? I mean, thank you, but real talk though, I do have a theory on what Ragor might be, and I think it might be the PSO 1 version of Raycross. Okay. You get 10 to 15 on a single run. There's 18 HP materials as well. I mean, thank you for those. Galdeval to me is like Oceania Island. Yeah, it kind of gives me that impression. So you see what I mean there? So when you killed that Rappy, it made that noise as if you'd done something wrong. So I think that there must be a gimmick in this quest or something that wants you to kill certain enemies first, but I don't know what the benefit of doing it is, so just kill anything. Forest is Portugal. Or the mosquitoes. I will say that if the gimmick in this quest is to kill certain enemies first, it makes it very hard for forces. Because I just hit everything. And also, yeah, I have also not seen the Blue Rappy for ages. I don't think I've seen one this year. That's probably because I don't play normal hard and very hard much, but I also cannot wait for my Phony World to finish unsealing the second limiter, because I'm giving it to this character because God, she needs it. I was trying to solo with her earlier and she just burns through so much TP. You saw Blue Rappy only once in the first day that you played the game. Need Limiter and Psycho Wand. Yeah, I do also need another Psycho Wand. Hydrate. Well, since it's already been redeemed, Drac, I'll do it. Yeah, I guess the normal hard and very hard rare enemies are probably kind of rarer than the ultimate ones because you spend so little time in these difficulties. Hooray for drinking water. I mean, it is flavoured water, but it's water. No way getting a second one. What we have got, though, is a Fire Scepter Agni. Can they even hit me? You've got 1,234 evade. I would imagine probably not. Unless they do like a fixed damage attack or something. Oh, Boomer's right arm. The classic. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way as you, Drac. I think I got very, very lucky to get my first one. Oh, Rappy's Wing as well. It's like a tour of forest. Well, I hope you enjoy forest because it's ruins now. There's like Hunter Taker doing side quests. It's ridiculous. Like every time I record one of those side quest episodes, I always get like random body part drops. We're big game hunters, we are. I don't spawn a bulk lot on me. You forget how bad Force is in multiplayer episode 1. It is so bad. I think later on she'll be fine because she'll be able to use melee and stuff as well. But for the time being, she's terrible. It is nice though to run some very hard for change, because I know we typically do ultimate every time we play PSO. I do probably need to remember that there are people who don't have ultimate characters or want to level alts. Yeah, 75 resistance on mobs in multiplayer, exactly. You just do nothing in episode 1. I mean, Ep 4, Force absolutely obliterates. You know, that is ridiculously easy. But yeah, Ep 1 is a struggle. I was trying to do some ultimate runes with my Phonewell earlier. And even single player, it's really awkward doing it with Phonewell because as soon as anything like a sorcerer spawns, you just can't really do anything to them. I was just having to use like a demon's ray gun. Because they just don't take tech damage. Other forces you'd be fine because you could just melee, but not so much with Phonewell. I have no idea what the right way is. I assume that just takes you on the other side so you can grab drops, I would guess, but I actually don't know. They're actually using the Boomer's Claw. I mean, I guess when you're level 199 and very hard, you can get away with it. Yeah, claws are miserable. They're really not good. It's mean the last hit. The last hit is just so slow on them. You just can't really hit anything with it. Yeah, I mean, Hucasil can get some mileage out of claws, but even they're not great with them. It's not like daggers where, you know, with daggers, Hucasil is really good and you can easily use them. Yeah, claws just feel bad on every class. Which is a shame because some of them look really cool. Oh, Ice Staff Dagon. The big league drops now. I mean, this is actually useful. Speaking of which, I should really be using it. I should really be cycling my weapons more. I've become really lazy from having cycle ones. With that, you just never need to change a weapon. Oh, Caduceus. Oh, cool. Yeah, actually a fairly useful drop. Do you need it for the Mercurius Rod? Playing PSO 1 and PSO 2 leaves me so conflicted on how I wish endgame weapons worked. On one hand, it's a good feeling when you get a rare good weapon in PSO 1, but nobody deserves to go through PSO 1's abysmal drop rate. Honestly, though, I think part of it with the really rare stuff in PSO 1 is the reason you keep playing. You kind of, for some of the really rare stuff, you go into it with an understanding of you're probably not going to find it. Or it gives you something to work towards. It takes your mind off the grind to level 200 a bit as well. SGS, exactly, yeah. SGS is not worth the effort. But yeah, we do it anyway. Yeah, PSO 2 has some really bad drop rates as well. I mean, even in NGS, the Legendios weapons that got added recently, and I think the 13-star series that's getting added, that is super rare as well. Like, realistically, most people are not going to see it. I like having certain gear in the game that's super rare, as long as there is gear that is attainable as well. You got the color swap, which for some reason is also rare. Yeah, that's the thing with NGS as well. You've got the CV weapons, like they're different colors, so it's like shiny weapons. I honestly can't remember what the potency is, Drac. I haven't really looked into them too much. Yep, can't see anything. If they add Psycho 1 with unique potential, I'll come back to NGS. I mean, they did say that the Legend series of weapons is going to feature weapons from other Phantasy Star games, so there is a potential that they might add some PSO stuff. And they do have the Psycho 1 model in the game already because they use it as a camo. So, maybe. I kind of feel it has to have Psycho 1 at some point. I love that you're just using that boomer's claw for the whole quest. It's probably the only time in recorded history that someone's actually used a boomer's claw. Been keeping up with the recent game shows, was surprised that Maximilian Dude had PSO remake as a prediction in his gift sub list. Xbox just wrapped up, so I don't think it'll be happening for now. Oof. The voice is not too bad. It's better than it was. I still feel like I've got a cold, but yeah, I'm doing a bit better than I was though. I can actually speak, which is nice. Good to see you, McClintry, as well. Do you think they went a bit overboard with the laser fences here? Just slightly. Oop, Del Saber's right arm. I think we're getting more or less every body part in the game in this run. Yeah, so if nothing was announced at the Xbox showcase, then for Phantasy Star, then I think the next big show is it Gamescom, I think? The European one. And then after that, probably Tokyo Game Show. I feel that Tokyo Game Show is like the most likely for them to announce anything. But I would also not be surprised if we got nothing. But I really do no damage. I think it was at the Summer Games show when Jeff was saying like, oh, our next game is from a franchise, you know, that's been going on for a long time and everything. And then he went and it's celebrating its 30th anniversary and I was like, no, it's not PSO then. I was very disappointed. Well, Vector, I think the Xbox showcase, I think what they were doing is they were doing the showcase first, and then I think they were doing like an extended one for, is it Outer Worlds 2 or something? Or Outer Wilds 2? I can never remember which one of those it is. PSO is like Phantasy Star 4, the game is too good for a remake. I mean, maybe. Well, we got a VI drop. I don't see a banner though, so no 75 hit one. New Resident Evil does look good. Just I won't play it personally because I'm terrible with horror games. Yeah, the whole Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds thing really confused me when the first games released because they released quite close to each other. And I constantly got the two mixed up. Outer Monster Hunter World Wilds. Yeah, so this is the quest with the cursed teleporter. I have no idea why they did this. Well, hey, if you like teleporters, this is the quest. Yeah, I have no idea why they did that. It goes all the way from the ruins to in a space in a Pioneer 2. It's just a huge ladder. It's not even special, it's a normal teleporter. They're overcompensating on the teleporters. The NPCs are a bit weird in this quest as well. I can't believe it. I'm in the city. What? They look like Pringles cans. Yeah, it's not a bad quest, that one. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's a bit different at least. If anyone wants a fire scepter agony, it's on the floor. She was from the remote village inside Pioneer 2. Yeah, I'll definitely watch the Xbox One once I finish streaming. Just see if there's anything interesting. I think the issue with the shows at the minute as well is obviously the gaming industry is not in a really good place at the minute. You got lots of people losing their jobs and everything, so it's kind of showing in the games. She has to be, since she's so excited about the city. It's like, it's my first time in the city. There's a few nice things shown on Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a watch after the stream. Fate's End looked really pretty. It was a 2D card game, action game with card mechanics. Okay. I mean, I'm always down for a good card game. You lost me at card mechanics. We like PSO episode 3. Well, I do. Not sure how much cards play into it. Seems to be a lot of games recently that have had like a card element to them. Okay, so we do have 8 people, so we do 2 4-player teams. So we could do... Do you want to do maybe one more very hard run and then we can switch over to Ultimate? I suppose the obvious choice would be to do the episode 2 quest because we've done the episode 1 RBR and we've done the episode 4 RBR. So we could do Sweep Up, I think it's Sweep Up 5. Was the people who made Spiritfarer? Okay. Well, I will make a F2 game, so we can do the RBR there, and then after that I'll switch over to one of my Ultimate characters and we can do some Ultimate for a bit. Does anyone know, have Nintendo done anything for like Summer Games Fest or anything? I mean, obviously I know they've just released the Switch 2. Do you know, have they done like a direct or anything recently for it? What's a password? So anytime we have a password on Ephinea, it is usually stream. There's a treehouse soon, a shocker. New sweep up mop up operation max attack event Xrd Rev 2. Pokemon Direct is coming up. Yeah, there's a few things happening with Pokemon, I suppose, isn't there? There's I suppose it's like the update to Scarlet and Violet for Switch 2. There's ZA. I'm glad that Scarlet and Violet have actually got an upgrade to actually make them more playable. Hello, Mekaroth as well. Good to see you. So I believe it is... I think it's this one. Is it more playable on Switch 1? Probably not. I think it's one of those things where they're doing like an upgrade to the game for Switch 2 to make it more playable. Which to me is basically an admission that it doesn't play well on Switch 1. Yeah, it's good to see it getting the update. I think it's ridiculous that it launched in the state it did on Switch 1. Not paying for it twice, nor the console, honestly. Yeah, at the minute I've got no real interest in Switch 2. Head off going back to bed, didn't sleep long. No worries, Vector. Good to see you anyway. Go get sleep. Yeah, I think this is probably the weakest of the 3 RBR quests this week. Why are you teasing us with anniversary event music? I didn't play it. Yeah, anniversary, I'm assuming, is going to be, what was it last year, beginning of August, around there? So I really need the anniversary. I am hoping they rework the anniversary a bit this year, but I don't know. We'll see. I still don't know how they're going to fix the problem with Forest, honestly. Yeah, apologies if I don't speak as much this stream as well. I'm just trying not to wear my voice out too much. Hey, level 89. I hate the moth nest things because they take forever to despawn, so the next wave takes ages to actually appear. Something I've always wondered about playing about force weapons since I barely have playtime with force. Do percents affect techs as well? No. No, so nothing affects your tech damage apart from any tech boosts that gear gives or the class gives. So for example, if I use a Fire Scepter Agni, that boosts all the fire techs by, I think it's 10%. So that will increase my fire damage. But there's, yeah, the actual percentages on the weapon do nothing. So 100 hit cane doesn't really mean much. It's a novelty, basically. There'll be someone who would buy it, probably, just for the novelty of it. Yeah, I do wonder, Drac, if I should do some more Anguish at some point. Not Anguish 3, but yeah, even just playing Anguish 1. Particularly with like my really high level characters. Maybe it's worth it for the extra boosts, I'm not sure. Yeah, Rafoy's ranged McClintry is ridiculously big. It's way bigger than the actual graphic. So that is probably hitting the stuff behind me as well. There's some cheesy stuff you can do with text. It's like with Razonde, you can hit things outside the room. Yeah, it would be nice if attributes affected tech damage, but unfortunately not. That said though, you know, if you're making something like a Summit Moon, should you make one with hit? Absolutely, just do it for the memes. So it's like in here as well, you can like hit through the walls really easily. But you can just do it from outside the room as well. I don't know if I can get it from here. Yeah, you can see I'm hitting that from there. It's just so cheesy. Yeah, Force is really interesting. It's so different from playing other classes. I really like it, honestly. I think I prefer 4 New World for the most part. But I think once my full Mal is higher level, I'll probably like playing her. At the minute, she feels very weak. Yeah, projectiles in this game are actually really weird. There's a lot of things that just don't stop them, that you'd expect to stop them. Oh, we got an Ice Staff Dagon. Made Pinkle. Literally all we're getting is body parts and the elemental scepters. That's it. Yeah, you'll notice that McClintry in Tower, there are certain walls in Tower you can shoot through. But unfortunately, the enemies can also shoot you through them. There are certain parts in Tower that they can't shoot, though. So Mericarrols, if they're on one side of the platform and there's a gap in the middle, quite often they can't shoot over. Their projectile will go so far over and then stop. I don't know if it's 100% foolproof, but it seems to work pretty reliably. Honestly, man, with this game, there are so many dumb things you can do to cheese it. It's ridiculous. It's like, you've probably seen me doing this when I've done tower runs before, but yeah, if you stand on like the yellow part at the edge of the room, a lot of things just can't hit you or get stuck. Mainly works on the gibbles. If you stand in certain places on the map, they just get stuck. Is that why PSU starts the first day with enemies that have Megad? Maybe. They got sick of our BS. And this is a very hard template, I'm still doing no damage. Find it weird in multiplayer that PSU doesn't force you through Raffen Meadow first. Yeah, Raffen kind of feels like the natural start point, doesn't it? I mean, even thematically, it is basically the forest of PSU, so it feels very weak you don't start there. Oh, Necro's got a light relief. Had the portable actually remove PSU and Megad have an insta-kill? Yeah, I can't remember which games have the insta-kill. I know PSU definitely does. I know PSU, sorry, I know PSO 2 definitely didn't have instant kill. From Megad anywhere. There are attacks that instant kill you in the game, but Iron Will and Never Give Up. Yeah, Iron Will is so good in PSO 2. Cool, a Dagon. What is light relief? I think it's a barrier. I want to say it's a barrier that has good light resist, hence the name. But honestly, I've seen it so infrequently. I'm not 100% sure. It already drops in a few places, I think, so... Is it still Never Give Up in Global? Honestly can't remember. I know NGS has an equivalent skill as well. I'll have to check that next time I play and see what it's called. Light Relief is also a part of the Angel Ring, so worth keeping hold of then. Oh, it gives Dark Resist, okay. Legit never seen it yet. It's not something you see very often, honestly. It's not particularly rare or anything, you don't tend to hunt in areas that it drops. It's called Stalwart Spirit in Global. Just realised I did not talk to the lab, like I never do. Time for SGS. I think it might be time for SGS. Inexperience week. You can log back in for SGS. We have to do at least one run, I suppose. So, what is the other team doing? They're doing War Elements 4. Experience week means it'll drop. Maybe it will. Yeah, so I can go and get my my Hinuel on. So yeah, we'll do a copy SGS run because why not? Experience week means that the game will recognize your experience from the GameCube days until now and finally make it drop. I genuinely don't know how many Gigis I've killed. I know I did on GameCube, I killed about 3,000. And then I probably hunted it longer than that on Blue Burst, so it's going to drop now since Vector went to bed. Do you think you've killed more than the drop chance itself? I don't think I've killed 12,000. If I had to guess, I would say I've maybe killed maybe 6,000-7,000. So I will make a F2 game. If anyone wants to join for SGS Copium runs, feel free to join. There's a plugin for that. It helps you to know exactly how miserable you ought to be. I'm gonna make coffee, no worries. From today, I'll start making quests, and in a few years, I'll have a quest that has nothing but gig use. When you've got that quest set up, let me know, and I'll do it. I probably still wouldn't get it, to be fair. Okay, well, deposit the Dark Floor for now, because I'm not going to need that here. I'm not a madman. Could hop on your Hue cast if you prefer a little damage over 2 forces. Yeah, if you want to use your Hue cast, feel free. Just use whoever you want to. Oh, banner. Gizonde level 30. Pretty nice. Would you unseal a sealed J sword? I think I have to. The problem is finding it first. I mean, level 30 tech discs are nice, you know, they're good drops, it's just they are ridiculously rare for what they are. Yeah, what you'll tend to find in the country is you'll get level 29 discs reasonably easily once you get into later ultimate. 30s are near impossible, apart from support techs. Would you camo over the TGS with hearts? I would need to see which hearts you could use on it. Probably not. So yeah, tricky. So the drop rates for techs, for level 30 attack techs specifically, they're much rarer than anything else. They're actually rarer than anything in the game. They're somewhere around 1 in 500,000. Daisy Chain, Crazy Tune, or Laconia Max. I mean, Crazy Tune's cool, but I don't know if I'd want to use it over a Sumakiri J Sword. And Lollipop. Yeah, it's like basically twice as rare as the Psycho ones, but anything in the area can drop it though. But only in specific areas. So we have one more space for Phantasmal World 4. If anyone wants anything from Skylight Tower, this is your chance. Almost done on War Limits. Okay, we can work. Grants and Mega Delight 1 in 200k. Yeah, I think it varies a bit. Grants and Megas are really awkward as well because they only drop in the really late game areas. So I think it's like Ruins, Seabed, Desert. In fact, I don't even think Mega drops in Ruins. I think that might be Seabed and Desert only. War of Limiters. If I had more get a blue losing the quest, it'd actually be a decent quest for it. You got it in Desert, okay. Yeah. In all the time I've played this game, I've still never seen a level 30 attack tech drop. Well, sorry, I've seen one drop, but I haven't actually had one. Oh yeah, I forgot you got the limiter drop from Gerta, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, I think I was there for your Grants drop, and I think I was there when Drac got one. I think, was it Gizonde 30? I think that Drac got in a CCA run. Might have been last anniversary, I think. CCA, yeah. So I've seen those drop, but yeah, I've never actually had one. The funny thing is that the value on them is all over the place as well. It depends entirely on what tech it is. The Gifoy is worth more than most of the others. Oh yeah, you can get some good PDs from getting Limiter. Honestly, for Limiter, I feel it's just worth keeping it on ceiling. Gizondo must be common as monomates, because it's cheap. Yeah, it just depends on the area. Some of them just drop in easier areas. Yeah, so we're just waiting for just one more to join from the other run. Sounds like they're just finishing anyway, so once we've got a fourth, we'll get started. Yeah, I'm not sure what my goals are for the anniversary this year. I mean, obviously SGS would be nice, but I also want to set some reasonable goals as well. You want to see Zanba and Yunchang drops. It's kind of crazy that you didn't see Zanba or Yunchang drop, but you got Psycho Wand. It's so weird how this game works sometimes. Yeah, we've got 3 at the minute, so anyone who wants to join for this run, feel free to jump in. So one more space. You traded it away, but you felt sentimental about it. I'm never going to have this again, I thought to myself. Okay, so we should be alright with Phantasy War 4. 4 it is. Yeah, we've got a bit more time, so I reckon we'll probably have enough time for another run after this. Not of SGS, but something else. So we can rotate around then. I like how you said the war quest was a nightmare and now we're doing tower. I'm so sorry. Yeah, some of the level 30 techs are really not worth that much. It's kind of crazy. I mean, you understand why for some of them, because there are some techs that are just not great. It's SGS or clock. I mean, hopefully. So here we are again. Yeah, basically if you stand here, the Gibbles will get stuck if it tries going for you. In this they'll probably just die. But if you solo it, if you stand here, they just get stuck. It's SGS o'clock, baby, hopefully. For this one, you just stand over here. So you basically stand like there. I didn't probably tell, I've done this quite a lot. I hope I'm around to congratulate you when the Gigu drops a 4 on drop. I mean, it's going to happen. You're watching Portugal versus Spain while you get an SGS. I think there is much more likely for something to happen in the Portugal-Spain match than here. Yeah, again, I have no idea how many times I've run this quest in the time I've played PSO. It feels like I know it like the back of my hand now. Hey, we've got a Monkey King bar. Cool. It's got terrible percents. Not cool. Did you get Mirror Carol, Drac? So everyone's fine until the Merry starts spawning. You're polishing your shoes earlier, very grown-up stuff. Experience is actually kind of sick here. I mean, you don't get many enemies, but the experience is pretty good. You're really going to spam that twice in a row? Hey, Passion Flame, good to see you. How many experience to level 201? 0, unsurprisingly. Oh, it is funny you say that though. When I played on another private server, there was basically a way that you could transfer your data from the Sega servers over to a private server when the Sega servers went down. It wasn't obviously endorsed by Sega, but I did that. So I had this character was level 200 on Sega servers, and I've got it transferred over. And there was a bug with the private server where if you attacked an enemy with a level 200 character that you transferred, they leveled up to 201. They would level down again as soon as you change game, or as soon as you hit another enemy, but it gave you a small stat increase. So my Hunywell on this on the other server that I played on actually had slightly higher stats than you were able to get normally, just from the glitch. On this server it works absolutely fine. But it was really funny logging in and seeing your character at level 201. Again though, as soon as you played her, she'd level back down to 200, so it's very, very weird. I'm not in a good place there. What I do like on Ephinea though is, if you have a level 200 character, when you first log in, before you do any quests or anything, if you look at your experience, it will actually show you the total experience you've got. So it'll show you things like, I think at the minute I'm on about 96 or 97 million. As soon as you kill something, it'll reset to like the normal level 200 experience to show you. But yeah, when you first log in, it basically gives you a way of checking what your total experience is. So you can see, I guess it gives you an idea of like how many times you would have hit 200. Level down a very Final Fantasy 11 experience. Yeah, I played 11 for a very short period of time. The level down theme is iconic. You didn't know that that's more horrifying than the monster kill counter. Yeah, you don't need a mod or anything for it. It's just literally if you have a level 200 character on this server, just look at your experience when you first log in. And the total will show you your total you've earned in the lifetime of that character. This feels so far like it's going pretty smoothly. I mean, that's probably the worst time to say it because we're on this floor. Never understood this. How would you miss a Rico box? It's not going to move. Will you level another character? I've got plenty of other characters. So I've got this one. I've got Phony Whirl, who is about level, I think she's 179. I've got a Rare Mal, who is in the 150s, and then a few lower ones. Oh, everyone does it. I think it's like a rite of passage with PSO that you have to accidentally Photon Blast at some point. Oh yeah, we're doing the SGS run on Experience Week. When there's no boost whatsoever. And what we figured is, you know, we get rare enemies when it's not rare enemy week. You know, we seem to get more rare drops when it's not rare drop week, so why not do this? Yeah, if you are considering hunting SGS, first of all, don't. It's a terrible hunt. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Second of all, don't do it Experience Week. Although having said that, part of lightning drop. Thereby confirming the theory. Do you need the item reader mod installed to view the stats for items in a different window? Yeah, so the thing you can see on the bottom left in like the enemy window, that is a default thing that you can enable or disable in the Ephinea launcher. But I am also using the item reader mod as well. Peace drops the worst AT in the game, kicked out of party, easy punishment. Wow, I actually survived the Death Scythe. I'm actually amazed. That might be the first time it's ever happened. Smooth run, by the way. It's just because I've done this so much. I mean, I'll still die. You know, there'll still be some spawns that get me. But it's just, yeah, when you've done tower so much, you kind of learn how to deal with some of the enemies. See now, because that Epsilon's deployed shields, I'm not going to go in. I will try and shoot it. There we go. I hear Gigus. Yeah, I think tower, although it's a difficult area, tend to find that if you've got people who know what they're doing, it's not too bad. There is a lot of BS in Ultimate Tower with, you know, there's a lot of instant kill stuff, but you can kind of play around a lot of it. So with this spawn, for example, what I tend to do for this is I'll stand next to one of them and then shoot another one. The Epsilon's going to hit me with the shot, but it'll stop this Lily from spitting. However, when you're getting crossfire from two of them, a little bit harder. There, we're good now. Do a Dark Resist gear. Honestly, there's not much point for this place. The only Dark Resist gear that might work at all is if you get the Anti-Dark Ring, which is a special thing on Ephinea. That gives you 60 Dark Resist, I think. That will help against some stuff like the Lilies. But generally, there's some stuff in here that will just not care about your Dark Resist at all. This is probably one of the most irritating spawns in the whole run. Especially if they cross over like this. Like trying to get a shot on the Epsilon without touching any of the purple shields. But yeah, things like the mirror carols, their shot that they do, there's no way you can resist that legitimately. You need like 900 and something Dark Resist to resist it, which is just impossible. Same for the Ilgil Scythe. I think the Ilgil Scythe requires about 100 or 105 Dark Resist, which is, I think, technically doable, but requires you to basically invest your whole gear into resisting it. So generally not worth it. I find it funny that F2 doesn't have much for Greeno. I guess it has to be weak somewhere. You know, F1 and F4 are really good for Greeno, so... PSO's best resist item, Escape Doll. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, honestly, I just wouldn't bother wearing Dark Resist gear for here. It just doesn't seem worth it. I think the more you do this area, the more you kind of get used to how the enemies act, and you can kind of figure out what they're going to do, or you can like bait them into doing certain things. Green Hill Ep4 MA4 is very strong. V101 and Heaven Striker. Yeah, Green Hill Ep4 is ridiculously good. Honestly, Green Hill as a whole is a really strong ID. But yeah, I think Ep2 is definitely its weaker point. I just find that floor really funny because it's far easier than everything else in the quest. So you can also do things like, if you got a large spawn of lilies, if you hit them with demons, you do 75% damage to them. Lilies will automatically start to do like the death spin when they hit about 25% HP. So you know that if you hit a lily with demons, it'll just kill itself anywhere. So then you can just focus on other enemies. The only caveat to that is if you're using a cast. Because if you're using a cast there, demons does less. Yeah, Gibbles is glitching out a bit. Yeah, there are some very rough flaws. I think it's one thing I like about the game though is that the IDs seem quite well balanced across the episodes. So, yeah, like for Skylight, for example, Skylight F1 is pretty good. F2 is very good, and then I find that Skylight F4 is a little bit weak. There is a few decent drops, but I think F4 is its weakest part. Then you've got other IDs that are much better in F4, so it's a nice balance. This is literally the only reason I bring Holy Ray for this quest. Just to cheese these. Unsurprisingly, not that much in drops, but we did get, what, a Partisan Lightning drop and a Monkey King bar, so considering it's experience week, we're not doing too bad. The spawn's always a bit awkward because the Delbite has kind of blocked the Lily. Not that you can see any of them. Honestly, I find these guys the worst. Merricarrows are really annoying as well, but yeah. As a hunter, Ilgils are really nasty. I think Peace is not having a good time. This is basically like the SGS initiation quest. You have to experience this if you want to do an SGS run. Resist Megid when? Yeah, if only the thought of it. That Ilgil is not letting me go. So I'm just going to spam Rabata and hopefully someone will take care of this Ilgil. Thank you. You got to pay the piper the SGS tax that you do. By the way, Silver Rick Seals give luck. So we're getting a boost then. Unfortunately, I'm in the party, so that gives a debuff by default. So I'm going to assume the Mirror Carol did that. Oof. Yeah, Mirrors are a very rude awakening. Especially if you haven't done ultimate before as well. Like the first time you get here and you realise that it's spit death. I'm not really sure what possessed someone at Sega to make everything Nep 2 have instant kill, but that's what we got. Really shows you how merciful PSO 2 is. I mean, there is some really hard stuff in PSO 2 as well. You know, things like Masquerade and Sodam and Shiva. Yeah, generally, I generally don't think that PSO is that hard a game, generally. But there is a lot of kind of annoying BS stuff as well, and unfortunately Tower is just full of it. PSO and PSU just have enemies thrown one at kills. Oh yeah, I forgot there is actually a Gibbles down here, isn't there? Yes, 100 Sodom is no joke. Or the bloody mission where you're following the flying boss around the moon. That's generally not too bad, honestly. It's just that first part can take a while sometimes. And the controls are not particularly great. You're also a summoner main, so you're exempt from a lot of bull in PSO too. Yeah, you do sometimes think that some of the enemies in this game, they were just feeling vindictive, I think, because, I mean, Ilgils, so let's give you an enemy that has ridiculously high defense, so you can't do any damage to it unless you use Allure. Really high evade, so you can't hit. Oh, let's also give it an instant death attack as well. Not particularly great, you're actually serious. I used to do that quest quite a lot on PSO2 back when I played the Japanese version. Yeah, another little tip for Tower as well if you're doing Tower. The Gigyu is obviously if you hit them when the shield's up, they do that counter attack. If you kill them before the projectile gets to you, the projectile disappears. So if it's on really low health and it does the counter, just keep attacking it. Please land demons. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh no? I'm not really sure how I'm resisting the death scythe, but I'll take it. NGS version of difficulty is trying to finish an urgent quest while your network card is melting. Particularly at the minute, because for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason the urgent quests in, well, and the limited time quests in NGS, the lag has been insane. Yeah, it's been crazy, the lag recently. I don't know what's causing it. Sega have acknowledged it though, by the way. Sega are aware of it, so they're looking into what's causing it. Or it seems to be when you run quests for some reason. You think the lag might be because of all ship? Thing is though, the all ship thing's been in a while. Avalon got a Monkey King bar, nice. But yeah, all ship's been in a while, and there was a bit of lag associated, particularly with the urgent quests. You'd notice quite often that when you started an urgent quest with all ship, you would get this very long loading for the first time you did it. But at the minute, it's literally throughout the entire quest. There's just huge lag spikes. It reminds me a lot of how the game was when it first launched. Anyone who doesn't know, when NGS first launched, the lag was absolutely atrocious. When weeds vomit on you, you die, thanks Sega. They're very aggressive plant life. Good to see your Akuma as well. I mean, to be fair, if anything touches you here, you die more or less, so... Yeah, it was horrendous, Drafia. I was trying to play Gunner, and I was building chains up, and then I was trying to break the chain, and then I get a lag spike, and then I just lose my chain. Good to see this game getting love. Yeah, honestly, PSO has like a really dedicated fan base. I mean, I've always streamed, it's always been my main game that I've streamed. I know I do PSO 2 and stuff as well, but PSO has always been the main game that I stream. But yeah, it's always had a really dedicated fan base. Oh, you're an old GameCube player? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's where I started as well. Good Jesus Loves Jezebel song, Break the Chain. Also acceptable is Fleetwood Mac The Chain as well. Oh, I really don't like these guys. Especially when I play this character, because all I can do is just spam Rabata, hope they freeze, and then try and kill them while they're frozen. I don't know how we got away with that, but we did. I'm so sorry to people I've brought along in this quest. I think Drax used to it by now. We just accept that we're going to be in tower more streams. That was very spicy. Should not have risked that. Yeah, this is the last room of the quest, Charles, so this room in particular has a lot of waves. Oh, banner. Not for us, but there's a banner. Someone has hit level 200, cool. The awkward thing is trying to shoot this if you're stuck outside the ring, because you will just naturally aim towards the rings, the Epsi guards instead. 60 health is all I need. Or 26. Oh, this is not good. Stuck in the middle of Epsilon and Ilgirls. What could go wrong? That could go wrong. I'm basically just spamming Rabata just to stop the Ilgirls from doing anything. You were trying to set a trap. I think this is one of the hardest spawns in the quest, honestly. Actually, this might be harder. So again, if you're doing this, just remember how lilies act. So if you stand near a lily, it won't spit at you. Avalon level, cool. 60 HP, hold my monomate. Yeah, nice one. Unsurprisingly, no SGS, but you know. Ranger wannabes. You were too slow typing the response before you then died. I mean, if I didn't die in a tower run, I'd be quite surprised. So the hunt for the SGS goes on another week. If anyone is surprised at that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, also make sure you talk to Null. And I'll say every time, but don't miss your coins. And that is for any of the Phantasmal World quests, so just make sure you talk to Null after you finish. Gonna be such a strange day when you finally get SGS. What quest will you run then? I mean, there's other Uber rares I can find, you know, or try to find. It will feel weird if I do get it though. I mean, you say Nair's Claw. I mean, Nair's Claw's an option. Again, another example of a weapon that's really not that good, but is cool. Once you get SGS, you can finally start playing the game, right? That's when the real game starts. Hunting something else. Oh yeah, just look for another one with hit. You have a vision that SGS will drop this anniversary. It came to you in a dream. Well, hopefully that's true. So I do have a Monkey King bar there. It has terrible percents. 5 Air Beast. Thanks, game. I'll give it to a low level or something. Go for a charity stream where you have to get all the enemy body parts. Yeah, most of the enemy body parts aren't that hard to get, honestly. Yeah, I'm so sorry to everyone who joined that quest. Alright, so we have time for, well, we've got about another hour or so. Body parts are easy to get until you want to use Sork Cane, and no one has a Sork arm. Yeah, I think Sorcerer's Cane is probably one of the hardest ones for sure. It's not that hard a drop rate, it's just because sorcerers aren't very numerous, there's just not many good quests to hunt them in. So I think we've got some more time, so we can do another run for something else. How many have we got anyway? We've got 6, so we can do maybe 2 rooms of 3. So Hawkins, were you still after the Heart of Laconia Max? Yes, but very oof of a drop. I mean, it is. Oh, you hunted Heart of a Sigh of a God for a bit. Yeah, that is a pretty miserable hunt as well. I don't think any of the heart items are easy to get. They're all pretty miserable drops. Yeah, we can do. I mean, I don't mind doing a run for Laconia Max if you want to. What I would say is if we try and switch the teams around a bit, just so we can, you know, switch up who's in the stream team. Also want Heart of Flamberge. That is Panarms, isn't it? Hiko is also looking for a Heaven Punisher. Okay, so we've got a few options then. Atlas dropped a teaser trailer for Persona 4 Revival today. Oh, cool. Never really played the Persona games, but I understand they're really good. Need a spread needle as well. Been focused on the Dark Bringers and it doesn't drop any of our IDs. I think... Does it not drop on purple? I always thought spread needle dropped on purple, maybe I'm wrong. Drops at other IDs, but the drop for that is 1 in 900. Yeah, the thing about the purple num drop, though, what you got to remember is, although the drop rate is much worse from the Merlins, it's from a much more numerous enemy. So sometimes it's better to go for a hunt with a worse drop rate if the enemy's a lot easier to farm. So if there's a quest that has a lot of Merlins in it, then you might want to farm it from Merlands instead. And 1 in 900 isn't too bad, honestly. Maybe do it during a rare drop week. You're looking for needles, so we can do that. Yeah, I'm down to that. So we could do... Do you want to do, what, 1 run for spread needle? And then 1 run for, what, Heart of Laconia Max? Does that sound good? What quest is good for needles? I would guess... Is Endless Nightmare 4 pretty good? I feel like that's probably not too bad. Yeah, I think Endless Nightmare 4 is probably decent for it. Might drop out after spread run though. Need nap. Ah, no worries. Yeah, so we'll have 1 run for spread needle, and then I think Exiled on Ruins has as much or even more. Let me have a look, actually. I suppose the disadvantage is you've got to keep resetting for Ruins, haven't you? So let's see. So who's in so far? Okay, so Pika and Peace are both in for Needle. So for the other team, do you want to do Laconimax maybe? Yeah, sure. We can just like split the teams up 3 and 3. You'll help with Needle. Yeah, no worries, Drac. So if that's the case then, if you want to do Laconimax, I'll change character. I'll go and get my Funuel if you want force buffs. Also a few kills from my limiter as well. Yeah, it's such a shock to the system though, going between this force and my 4 Mal as well, because this force is actually good. And my axe. I'll take your raycast for the last run. Yeah, no worries. I really need to sort this stash out at some point. It's an absolute mess. Is it true that Phony gets improved cast animations using a wand? It's kind of hard because obviously the only other female force in the game is 4 Mal, and 4 Mal has like different animations for almost everything. The wand animation is it's okay, it's pretty quick. I don't know if it's faster than 4 Mal though. It might be because I know 4 Mal tends to have quite slow animations for most weapons. I mean, it does help as well. Obviously, a lot of the really good force weapons are wands anyway, so things like magical piece and so on, which I really need to make at some point. Yeah, time to blow up episode 4. I should recheck the other limiter as well at some point because I did loads of kills on it earlier, so maybe it's near unsealing. Yeah, Funuel is pretty good though. The only real downside with Funuel that I think of is, well, there's a couple. If you're in an area where the enemies are really tech resistant, you kind of can't really do much. You basically have to rely on demons. Oops, next fire drop. The only real downside with them is that their tech boosts are not great. So they obviously get boosts to the simple techs, but you don't tend to use that often, honestly, once you get to high, like into ultimate. So you kind of have to supplement their tech boost with gear. That Dorfon took its chance and got it. I actually don't have a wand with me. If I find one, I'll show you the animation. Obviously, Malfonia is a little bit of an outlier anyway because she has Psycho Wand, which makes a massive difference to the damage anywhere. Absolutely no chance of dodging that. Honestly, it's nice to be able to play a force and actually be able to nuke stuff. I feel in Ep1 you just can't. Phantasy Star 3 music going crazy, it really is. I have a lot more respect for Blueburst now that I know that it reuses music from Phantasy Star classic games. I mean, I know obviously even Dreamcast used Temple and Spaceship music, but it's kind of cool that they use Phantasy Star 3 music as well. I'm kind of surprised that they did that. Oh, it's not ready. I was going to say, Pika, yeah, is there any music in PSO from Phantasy Star 4? Without spoiling anything from Phantasy Star 4? Not the combat theme, thank God. Can you even imagine if you had to listen to a whole area of the combat music from Phantasy Star 3? Yeah, Draffia, that's kind of the life of Phonia World. You just accept that everything is going to almost one-shot you. Bear in mind that my health at the minute is almost capped. I think caps at 1398. Which is nothing. Yeah, it's a game changer though using Psycho 1 with Adept. The amount of TP you use is just nothing really. Yeah, it's definitely weird that they didn't choose any Phantasy Star 4 music. Unless there's any mixed into Trick Track somewhere. Oh, hi. Any random tri-fluids? I'm going to assume probably not. Yeah, I think playing Well is a bit of a wake-up call if you haven't played one before. At low level, it is really rough. I keep forgetting I control with Psycho 1 as well. I can actually cast with it with a special attack. It's terrible. Don't do this. It also gives like 70 defense. Does it really? I never noticed that actually. Oh, it does it. Thanks, Psycho Wand. I still think it's one of the most fun classes though. I really do like playing Well. But why play Well when you can play Phonium and his huge shoes? I mean, for real, Phonium is just a better Well. As sad as it is, I will give you that. Phonium is just straight up better. The only thing that Well really has over Phonium, I guess, is you have obviously Mega Pierces on Well, which is nice. And I guess Well has a extended range on some support techs, but realistically, Phonium is a much better force. Yeah, actually managed to stop some of them. Actually worked. Let's one tri-fluid. But yeah, Phonium is really good. Three power, 1 HP, 1 luck, and 1 defense mat so far. I'm just going to quickly go back to town because I need to drop some stuff off. Yeah, Phonium is just really good just for all of the gear and Ratak boost that it gets. Well, at least it's Fowler. We'll just say it was deliberate. I just say, I like how when I heal by 1,000. I heal half of your health mist. That was a lot of damage. The crazy thing about Skyly Desert is, even in Ultimate, the Rappies drop like a last survivor, which there is no reason that that should be dropping in Ultimate Desert. Redry is kind of the same as well. I think Redry has a Disc of Liberator dropping in Ultimate Desert. It's like, why is that here? Actually managed to time that right. You look like a complete idiot if you get that wrong and time the tech wrong. You just get obliterated by all three zoos. Yeah, I do really like playing Force. Honestly, I think Hunter will always be my favourite class because it's what I'm most familiar with, but I definitely do like playing Force as well. It does make farming some things so much easier as well. Like really, when I was hunting Psycho Wand, I really should have made my Force Purple Numb instead of my Ranger. Because Force just tears through that maximum attack quest, no problem. As long as you do it in single player anyway. So if you do it in multiplayer, you just do no damage. Why could they not have made the very hard drops in, say, Mines or Runes and give characters actually a good base to start from an ultimate? I mean, I have a Demo Comet and still struggle early on. Dread to think about some poo guy with a Palash +9. Major Ranger purple for Heaven Punisher farming on CCA. Couldn't imagine doing that on Force. Yeah, for that you definitely want a Ranger. Last survivor. I mean, it looks cool. You made your purple number 4 new for that reason. Yeah, because obviously I've been running max attack a lot on this character to hunt Lavis, and it's amazing how easy that quest is with a Force. The Lily Runes, you just run into the middle of them and spam Razonde and just kill everything. Last survivor is Zanba from Timu. Can you stop hitting me? Combo's most broken is Phonium with Psycho on Mother Gab and Mother Gab Plus and Limiter. Yeah, because you basically use no TP. You have a massive tech boost. It is busted. Yeah, the birds are really annoying. Honestly, I think these guys sometimes are more annoying. Yeah, I agree, Ellie. I think that very hard, for the most part, doesn't really do a very good job of setting you up for early ultimate. Ow. I mean, it depends on the class as well. I mean, if you're playing a hunter, you kind of need a battle unit to, you know, to be able to have enough attack speed to get your attacks in before you get interrupted. And yeah, if you go back to GameCube, you don't get God Battle until Ultimate, and that's only a 1 section ID. It's really not very well thought out, honestly. In Blue Burst, it's a bit better because you do have Heavenly Battle as well. And that does have a few drops. But even then, I think most Heavenly Battle drops are in Ultimate, so... as far as I know. Yeah, it's almost like they weren't thinking of what you might need to survive in early ult. I suppose particularly on Dreamcast as well, because from what I understand, Dreamcast Ultimate was even harder. Not that I'm saying Ultimate is particularly hard in this, but on Dreamcast it was pretty brutal, from what I understand. Yeah, I never had the privilege or curse of playing the Dreamcast versions when they were out originally. And I've only played like very early game. You remember Miss Humar dealing 0 damage? I mean, that's standard practice for Humar, isn't it? Only was like level 105. Yeah, Dreamcast, from what I heard, was pretty crazy in Ultimate. I'm going to assume that maybe you just needed weapons with really high attributes to do any damage. That'd be my guess. Free tri-fluids. Too kind. Yeah, we actually don't want Condrio. Does the attribute percentage just mean you're doing % more damage to the mob? More or less, as far as I know. Of course we get Condrio. Because it's, you know, it's not rare monster week, so we get rare monsters. What does he drop on Sky? That's Centurion ability, isn't it? Ugh. I like I'm saying, what does he drop? It literally says on screen. Cool music though. I have no idea what he's weak to. It's really annoying the episode 4 boss for a force because they all have different elemental weaknesses and it changes per phase. Yeah, obviously on experience week, because why wouldn't it be? This is not the first time this has happened to you in Porkins. It's like the curse of PSO, isn't it? Like, you always get things you're not wanting and you never get what you actually want. So I'm just going to stand behind the rock a minute. I have basically contributed nothing. Can you please let me get close to the boss? That I might do something. Yeah, Force is actually really good on this boss if you can get close to it, but he's just not letting me get near. See what I mean? He's scared of me. I'm going with that. Barlow when time comes. This is a chaotic conjure. What are you weak to? Not that. Okay, it's ice. So are we going for the PB then? Are we trying it? Okay, I'll Estalo then. Just send it when you want. I think I got it. I think I'm going to die immediately after because there's a spinner right next to me. Okay, we got spared. Did 13,000 damage. Right, they killed me while I was down, so I might have the wiggly bobble hat glitch. Oh no, I changed hat. So no wiggle. That's devastating. Ruined. Yeah, if you have like the big bobble hat, you can make it jiggle by getting knocked down at the end, but I changed hat recently. So did anyone get a Centurion ability then? Yeah, I also did not get one. He shows up, ruins the run, and then doesn't even drop anything. Oh, shift to 30. Didn't get a spread needle either, oof. But once when I was hunting for 1 month ago, I did get a banner item that I couldn't use. What item was it? Yeah, it seems to be a thing with PSO where if you are hunting something, you won't find it. Book of Hitagata. I mean, yeah, Book of Hitagata is really, really rare. But yeah, absolutely no use for a Rick Seal. Well, it was good experience. I did hit 180, so she can now use a red ring that I don't have. So I guess I need to farm one of those as well now. You'd like Prophets of Mortar just because it looks cool. I mean, it's not a bad weapon, honestly. It's, you know, I know it's not as good as Psycho Wand, but it's still decent. Yeah, 1 in 28,000, but a 1 in 900 is impossible. How is my limiter looking? Oh, 19,221. It's almost there. Happens all too often. Heart of Laconium will be more difficult than the red ring I don't have. I still think my red ring drop was a complete fluke. Oh, there's a banner. You know what we said about red ring? You could not make that up. You'd say Fornuel doesn't need red ring. Can you use bringers? I mean, I have a bringers. I haven't added hit to it yet. I know it's not really a necessity for Fornuel because you kind of just use the merges. I'll probably use it more on my ranger, honestly. But yeah, still a very good barrier though, so. It happens every time, doesn't it? We hunt something and someone else gets the drop. May want to change lobbies soon, Sky. How come? Would that be the reason why? I'm guessing that is the reason I should change lobbies. It's such a bad song. Yes, this is a real song. He does say Skyly though, instead of Skyly, so maybe it's right. So I can probably do one more very quick run. My voice is kind of on the verge of giving out a bit, so I think I could probably do one short run. So maybe just do just a quick TTF, try and get that red ring back that was stolen. In fact, let's just do that, just so I can get out of this lobby. Everyone loves the TTF. I mean, no one loves TTF, but everyone does TTF. It's up to you what idea you want to do for it. Maybe, what, 2 runs again, is it? Actually, is the 5 of us again? Or is there still people in Quest? So we are down to, what, 5? You can hop out. You shoot, Drac. Well, thanks for the games, Drac. Alright, let's do a quick TTF then. I don't mind what ID it is, obviously, as long as it's an ID that finds red ring. It was going to happen. It seems to be a curse where if I try joining last. So we'll just restart that. I don't know what it is. It's only if I join a game last, it seems to mess up sometimes. Yeah, we're the entire stream. So we'll be back momentarily. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It seems to be anytime I try joining a quest last and Mist is in the party, that seems to be the issue. I don't know why that happens. Okay, now I've got the music glitch, so we'll fix that. So now we're good. We were 4. Have you crashed as well, Pika? I see the Hydra. So are you jumping back on Pika or? Yeah, no worries. I love the random kill in the Ephinea. I need to check on the Twitch side actually and see if I'm at a point where I can add any more emotes. Yeah, no worries, Pika. So we'll do this, and this is probably the last run of the stream, I think, and then we'll stream again probably on Wednesday. Try and do some Phantasy Star 3. Hi, Clarice Grace. I'm just about to start the last run of the stream, so. Ah, there we go. Pig is back in. Now we do that noise when Falls doesn't drop the red ring. All right, yeah, change my attacks. There we go. Oh, foot on drop already. From the first enemy. It's the game trying to apologise for ruining the last run. Yeah, good to see you, Clarice. Any good rare drops this week? Not a huge amount. I mean, honestly, I haven't played a great deal because I was a bit ill at the beginning of the week. I got a Monkey King bar drop a little bit earlier, but it didn't have very good percents on it. I've already got a decent one anyway, so it's fine. This week on the server is experience week, so it's a bit harder at the minute to get the rare drops. I still got quite a few levels, leveled up a low level character as well, so Done pretty good.
Emergency code attack.
I like how by the time we do the emergency code attack, the dragon's almost dead. I do find it really funny that some bosses have this like HP gate that you just can't kill them until they get to a certain part of the fight. It is really funny. It's almost like they knew that you were just going to obliterate it too easily. Sounds like the PSO 2 experience as well. And yeah, you got a point, yeah. The boss would literally spawn and just die immediately. It's quite funny with PSO 2 because you'd sometimes get it where the announcements would just lag because they were so far behind. You know, so it'd be going like, you know, emergency code attack for a code that he did a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, I should probably whack your power for now. That felt targeted. Like, as soon as that spawned, it just went for me straight away. Absolutely no hesitation whatsoever. I have no idea what slimes drop on this ID, so... I like how that slime attack is just kind of stuck in midair. Oh, it's Morning Glory, okay. Yeah, not brilliant then. Time to berserk and die. Go for it. Phantasy Star 4 BGM is only ever reused in PSO 2. It's kind of weird, isn't it, that it didn't choose anything from Phantasy Star 4? Especially considering, like, from what I understand, 4 is like the most liked classic game. You're the schmoove and we are. To be fair, we do have like a level 200, a level 196, a 150 plus and a 180 plus, so...
PSE burst.
Your mag saved you. For itself references other games. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to play 4. Like I said, I was genuinely surprised when the polls were most people want me to finish 3. I was convinced that people would just say, no, let it die. I respect the commitment to the dark floor. With what people were saying in the last Phantasy Star 3 stream, I think they said that the second and third gen are a bit shorter anyway, so... They want to find Arakio's black sword. Alright, I guess we're leaving those. Did Phantasy Star 3 come out around the time of Fire Emblem? Genealogy of the Holy War. I have no idea. I am really not familiar with Fire Emblem games. I mean, I've played one or two of them. I will say that is extremely brave, using Dark Flow in the Sinnoh room. I respect it. I want to heal, so... Trust in the Ranger Trapper. Still don't know why I added the Garon's noise as a sound, but it's there. Phantasy Star 3 inspired genetics. Well, just in general. We're sort of doing a mixed run, Big Smoke, so we seem to have left some spawns and done others. I think we're just making it up as we go along. Fire Emblem is more on the side of eugenics. We leave the Justy spawns. Heal pick, okay. Are you really committing to the Dark Flow? Okay. I like the mag heal for 75 HP. Angry CPU gets zapped by Space Cat Girl. Oof. So that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your health with Psycho Wand. I mean Newman, I mean Newman. Same thing. I mean you will. Genuinely have no idea what this is weak to for Tex. Not that it matters. Not even a tri-fluid. Shocking. Yeah, my mad respect for using Dark Flow the entire run. I am not brave enough to do that. Do it and falls without dying. It's like challenge level impossible. I think you'd basically have to rely on mag invincibility, wouldn't you? And just hope you could DPS it quick enough before the invincibility wears off. Nope, the Durandal drop. Seems to be every single run we get a Durandal. I don't know what it is. Every time. Oof. Is Durandal the Ethan Weber double saber? I don't know. Yeah, this is quite a scary spawn with Dark Flow, isn't it? You have 1 HP. Got a DF field yesterday in your single take. Yeah, for not a nice one. DF field's pretty good. Durandal is the... It looks a bit like a rapier. I think I have a Weber Saber in Clementine though. Great name. Oh, I don't like this part with Funuel. Well, the Dark Flow run has ended. Oh, did shield confuse you? So it's gonna be one of these runs, is it? Needs more Cure, Freeze, and Confuse at the same time. Yeah, From the Depths is a really nice shield, but I think the Confusion would annoy me. Okay, will Falls be easy, or will it be a pain in the ass? We'll find out now. I swear, Funuel on this in multiplayer is just useless. Just absolutely no chance there. Of course, so the fire kills me as well. Yeah, Thorny is just absolutely pointless on this phase. Well, on this fight in general. This is one area where Thorny does not excel. So yeah, I'll just eat everything and die. Yeah, you basically just use simple techs. You do okay, but there are much better classes to use. Aha, invulnerability. I should really use fire with a summit moon here, but it would involve me re-equipping. I mean, I guess I can. Well, actually, he's almost dead, so there's that. I was there in spirit. I was moral support. And floor tank. Miss died for the red ring, a sacrifice. Come on, game. You can do it. Or you could not drop it. Very much the opposite of that. We got tri-fluid money. Absolutely nothing worth picking up. GG, I guess. Yeah, it paid for my tri-fluid. Thanks, Falls. Pretty good experience, though. 860k to 181. So we are getting close to halfway to 200. We didn't even use any tri-fluids, so... At least give me something in the shop. No? Cool. I've still yet to see anything good in that weapon shop on any of my characters. Nah, it's still sealed. Very close to getting that unsealed, and then I'll probably give that to my 4 Mal, I think, because I've already got 1 Adept on this character, and I think Psycho 1 and 1 Adept is enough, honestly. Cool, well, we didn't get Red Ring. We didn't expect to get it. But we tried. And that's the important thing. Yeah, it's nice to do a bit more varied stuff today. You know, do a bit of low level stuff and do some high level as well, so... So again, thank you to everyone who's joined for today. So just as a reminder, There will be a video on Tuesday for non-members, which is last week's member video. There won't be a member video this week, but there will be the following week. The PSO2 podcast with Kathy will go live on Kathy's channel as a premiere on Tuesday. And there'll be another stream here on Wednesday, which will be Phantasy Star 3. So we'll get back into that. As always, yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, consider the usual, like and subscribe and join as a member if you want to. You can follow or sub on Twitch if you want to. There's X and Bluesky, which are both SectionSkyly, and I have a Discord channel you can join as well, which should be in the description under the player. So yeah, thanks to everyone who joined today. Good to get back to some streams, you know, after a week from hell. So yeah, I will hopefully see you guys on Wednesday and maybe in Kathy's chat on Tuesday if you're watching the podcast. But yeah, I'll see you then. So whatever you're doing, have a good week, and I'll see you on Wednesday. See you guys. Oh, thanks, Clarice. See you guys.